Hello, everyone, and welcome back. As always, I'm your girl, Candy Washington. And before we dive into today's kiki, which is Erika Jayne's disgraced husband, Tom Girardi, I mean, this is the thing. I think he's trying to save Erika with his latest legal move. We're going to get into it. Ronald Richards also weighs in, and I actually disagree with Ronald Richards. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you what I think. But before we dive in, you know what to do. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss it when we go live. Also, be sure to share this with a friend because a kiki is always better with community. Check out the description box down below and join our newsletter. It's free. You get a free self-love guide. We got podcasts, courses, and goodies. Go ahead and check it out. All right. With that, you guys, let's dive right on in. Hi, Juanita. What's up, sweetheart? Hello. That's right, Candy Canes. As you come into the room, be sure to drop your name or, say hi, drop a candy cane, do whatever. All right, let's go. So this is according to Reality Blurb. It says attorney Thomas Girardi summoned to court on Monday as he drops legal counsel and requests public defender after claims of stealing $18 million. We're going to get into it. You might be thinking, why in the world would Thomas Girardi, and this is no disrespect to public defenders do some of the most hard, work there is. So no disrespect to public defenders, but you're like, why would Thomas Girardi, Aaron Brockovich, Thomas Girardi, number one lawyer in the world, Thomas Girardi, all of a sudden want a public defender instead of his private counsel? We're going to get into it. Let's keep going. Thomas Girardi is being called to court following claims of having stolen $18 million from his former clients. Days after the now disbarred attorney, who previously appeared on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills alongside his estranged wife, Erika Jayne. Side note, I know they're saying estranged, but Erika herself has admitted she talks to him every single day. So they're not estranged, they're still in cahoots. And we're going to get into it. Was indicted in Los Angeles and Chicago on charges that could result in up to 20 years behind bars. Attorney Ronald Richards has shared new details about Thomas's ongoing legal drama. Okay, now these are the texts, the tweets and the receipts that Ronald Richards posted. So if you can't read it, don't worry. I'm going to read it for you guys. I got you covered. So he says, Girardi was given a summons to appear in court on Monday. So he has to appear in court on Monday, which is February 6th. His attorney accepted service. She was the same attorney who was at the contempt hearing in Chicago. He is getting a break. He wasn't perp walked or raided and processed at MDC. Initial question is, how is he paying for her? Ronald wondered in a tweet shared on February 3rd. That's been an ongoing question, right? That's been an ongoing question. How is he paying for her? How is he paying for all of this? That's been a huge ongoing question. Let's keep going. And clearly, she's been on the payroll. That's why she was able to accept service. Clearly, she still was on the retainer. This is also why she was the same lawyer in Chicago during the contempt of court hearing. So she's been on the payroll. She has the retainer, right? Okay. Here we go. Let's keep going with this, you guys. Let's keep going. But after sharing the summons, which requires Thomas to appear in court in Los Angeles to address wire charges mentioned in his indictment, Ronald shared an additional tweet, noting that Thomas has reportedly dropped his previous legal team and requested a public defender to help him with the case. He says, and this is what's on the screen, based upon our last tweet, Tom Girardi has apparently dumped private counsel, and not one, but two different public defenders filed under seal filings, he revealed. They reveal he submitted a signed financial statement and is now asking for a public defender. Erika Jayne and her benefactor, we guess, won't help, Ronald shadily added, seemingly giving a nod to James Wilkes II, also known as Jim Wilkes, who is alleged to have been backing the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills cast member financially since her 2020 split from Thomas. We're going to get into that. Days ago, after Thomas, along with the former chief financial officer of his defunct law firm, Girardi Keese, Christopher Kamen, and his son-in-law, fellow lawyer David Lyra, were indicted in LA and Chicago. Erika was spotted at the Burbank Town Center where she spoke to Daily Mail about the charges against Thomas, and at the time, he could potentially face behind bars. You know, I have something to say, but not right now. You'll hear from me soon, she teased. All right, this is the thing. Let me finish this last part, and then I'm going to get into this. And I disagree with Ronald Richards. I think Ronald Richards is missing the big picture, and I'm going to fill you guys in on what I think. And I want to know what you think. You know, put it down below. I want to know what your thoughts are as well, okay? Here we go. As Real Housewives of Beverly Hills fans well know, Thomas was diagnosed with Alzheimer's in early 2021 and was recently transferred from an assisted living facility in Burbank, California, to a memory care unit in Orange County. In court documents obtained by People in October 2022, Thomas's then attorney, Rudy M.A. Cascio, said he had been moved to a new location due to further decline in his memory functions. Okay, here we go. Okay, so wait a minute. Now we have a lot of different things. The first thing I want to say is this. Now we know why Erika was at the Burbank Town Center getting the bottle of vodka when it was revealed that Tom was indicted. Because now we know that Tom was transferred to a living facility in Burbank before he had been in Orange County. So that means Erika was going to go visit Tom. I mean, if we're going to use logic and deduction, right? The news break. Tom is indicted, faces 20 years in prison, has to go to the courthouse on Monday. He is in a facility in Burbank. Erika Jayne spotted same day, buying massive bottle of vodka in Burbank. I mean, doesn't take a genius to put that together. So again, she's going to go see Tom. Now, let's get into where I differ from Ronald Richards, okay? Let's get into it. Now, Ronald is saying, and then I also have some other points too. So Ronald is saying like, oh, I guess like Erika and her benefactor, Jim Wilkes, isn't going to pay for him. And that's why he is releasing his legal counsel. So essentially what he did was he has these very powerful, you know, expensive lawyers, team of lawyers, and he essentially fired them or like let them go. He submitted a financial need, and now he wants a public defender. So public defenders are lawyers who will represent people from low income, I believe, who are unable to get an attorney through their own financial means. Check me on that if I'm wrong, but I think that's what a public defender is. Now, Ronald Richards was trying to shade Erika and Tom, being like, oh, Erika and the benefactor don't want to pay, and that's why he needs a public defender. Absolutely not. Don't get it ever twisted that Erika Jayne and Tom Girardi are still not in cahoots and are still not thick as thieves. This is nothing but a way to cover Erika. I think Tom is like, you know what? I'm 83. I'm now being indicted. I don't really see that. This is the end of the road for me, but I could probably still save her. And the only reason why he's signing these financial statements saying he doesn't have money and he wants a public defender is because now he knows the heat is on. He has been indicted. They're not going to let him coast out in a memory care facility. You know, he has to show up in court on Monday for an arraignment. Like the ish got real. His son-in-law indicted. His right-hand man, the CFO, indicted. Erika's facing all these lawsuits. She's probably about to be indicted next. I think he took the L And again, no disrespect to public defenders. Actually, amazing respect to public defenders. Thank you for doing the work for people who probably really need the right representation, So shout out to public defenders. Mad respect. But I think he did that and only in order to appear as though he does not have financial means. I think it's smoke and mirrors, because I think he knows, if I keep this high-powered, super expensive legal team, the first thing they're going to ask, which is the first thing Ronald asked, which is the first thing we all ask, how are you paying for this? And that's going to be another financial trail that they are going to go down. And I don't think Tom Girardi wants the feds and all of these people to continuously dig into him. You're claiming that you don't have any money. You're claiming that you're broke. Well, then how are you paying for this legal team? He has to do this. And another reason why he's doing it in order to save Erika is because if Erika and Jim use the funds that they have to pay for Tom's legal fees, that will then be exposed. And they might start freezing those accounts. So I don't think it's that Erika and the Jim guy who helped him don't want to help. They don't want the smoke. They don't want the feds looking into their finances and freezing those accounts. This is the same person who set up the Wells Fargo account in Florida with Tom for Erika. So it doesn't make any sense that now all of a sudden he's like, no, we don't want to help you. No, they don't want the smoke from the feds. That's why he's acting like he's poor. That's why he's like, oh, let me go to a public defender, because he doesn't want them looking into the finances and where the money is and stopping Erika's slush funds that he set up with his friends. Because don't forget, Erika is acting like she's supposed to be so broke now. Flying to Paris, doing Paris Fashion Week, wearing Alexander Wang, wearing all of the different designers, still driving all these fancy cars, still having a whole team, a publicist, a stylist, makeup artist, creative director with Mikey, still living in a multi-million-dollar mansion, still getting wasted talking about all of the jewelry you have and the designer bags you have and the artwork that you have and the clothes that you have, but yet you want to cry broke? This is nothing but a scheme to, again, cover up hidden assets and cover up hidden money. And another reason why I know this is true is if Tom was actually broke, how were the lawyers still on retainer to begin with? If Tom has been broke for the last, at this point, nearly 3 years, because now we're in 2023, how was his lawyers on retainer this entire time? If he actually was broke and legitimately needed a public defender, wouldn't that have happened years ago? But all of a sudden, the moment you get indicted, all of a sudden, the moment you know that they're actually going to go after you, then all of a sudden you need a public defender? How is she on your retainer to be served in the first place? How is she on your retainer to be in Chicago in the contempt of hearing case if you were not paying her? Because I don't care who Thomas Girardi was, these people are not working for free. Because if they were working for free, you would keep them and you would tell the court they're working pro bono. Because there are very powerful, expensive lawyers and doctors and all that. And for certain cases, they will work pro bono, for free. But clearly they're not, because that would have been, Tom Girardi should have called me. You could have kept your freaking, high-powered, high-claiming lawyers if they wanted to scheme with you. You could have lied to the court, said they're working pro bono, and you could have kept them. But they're not working pro bono, and that's why you had to do that. It's nothing but another fraud. It's nothing but another scam and scheme. He's trying to protect Erika so they don't go after her contingency accounts. And he's trying to have the front that he's actually broke. But we're not stupid. I have another question for you, Tom. Actually, I got a couple. My other point is this. If you are so broke, Tom, to the point where you need public assistance, because now you're saying that you're so broke, you need a public defender, which is public assistance. And I've said it 1,000 times, I'll say it again, respect to public defenders, respect to public assistance, because it helps people who are truly in need be able to get the resources that they deserve to have. Tom is just scamming the system again. He's scamming the government, and he's scamming from people who probably really need public assistance. Anyway, that's a whole nother conversation. If you are so destitute, Tom, who's paying for your memory care facility? I'll wait. Who's paying for that? Because I'm pretty sure the memory care facility that you were in Orange County, I'm pretty sure the memory facility that you're currently in Burbank, is pretty expensive. Who's paying for that? Who's paying for that? And you've been in there for, like we said, almost 3 years. That's a lot of money. There are families who can't even afford to have, their elderly parents or, their elderly family members in certain care facilities because it's too expensive. So who's paying for that, Tom? Another question. Tom, if you are truly suffering from dementia, if you are truly suffering from Alzheimer's, how are you making legal decisions for yourself? I thought you were in a conservatorship. Isn't your brother Robert, the dentist, supposed to be your conservator? Isn't he the one who's supposed to be making decisions for you legally on your behalf? So how is it, Tom, that you are claiming dementia, you're claiming Alzheimer's, you're claiming that you need financial help, you're claiming that you need a conservatorship, but yet you seem to be making a very sound strategic decision in your own on your own legal behalf? So how exactly is that dementia? That, to me, when I read this, I said, okay, this is strategy. This is nothing but smoke and mirrors. This is nothing but a scam. This is nothing but strategy. He does not want them looking more into his finances, so he's pretending not to have any. And he doesn't want to get Erika and his friend Jim involved because he doesn't want a paper trail to that money that he set up, because he doesn't want the feds to seize those accounts. This is nothing but strategy. That's why I disagree with Ronald Richards. I don't think it's that Erika and the benefactor don't want to help. I think they do, but I think they don't want to initiate a paper trail. They don't want the feds coming for that Wells Fargo account that they opened up in Florida. They don't want the feds coming for the additional counts that I'm pretty sure exist. Because one thing we can all pretty much agree on, Erika is not broke or poor. I don't know what broke, poor person is walking around the way Erika Jayne is, having an entire team of people that she pays for. So I've got questions. I've got some questions. If I was the prosecution, if I was the feds, if I was the FBI, I would be looking into when exactly did you stop paying these lawyers? How long have they been on retainer? What account did that money come from? How did you get that money? Who's paying for the memory care facility? Why is Tom Girardi legally acting on his own behalf when I thought he had dementia? I would be looking into who is this James Wilkie's character that has this Wells Fargo account in Florida that Erika Jayne has gotten well over $500,000 from already. I would also be looking into, did Erika Jayne visit Tom Girardi the day that the indictment came out? She was clearly spotted in Burbank, the same exact town that Tom Girardi currently is in. And I would say, what does that mean? What were they talking about? And I think they were talking strategy. which is why now we have him coming out with, I'm so poor, I need a public defender. I'm also confused because doesn't his family have money? You know, his brother is the dentist who has the conservatorship and other people. I mean, he could have pulled a Jen Shaw. I said this from day one. Jen Shaw's mother didn't give her any money. Not because I don't think she didn't want to. I think that was all Jen's fraudulent money. This is very similar to that. Remember when Jen Shaw and her mom had that very scripted scene where the mom was like, I've been a teacher and this is my, retirement money. But I'm happy to give it to you, Jen, because I just know you're innocent. That was not her retirement money. I don't know. Some people were falling for that okey doke. The moment she said that, I was like, that's a lie. Jen funneled that money to you. And then she said, hey, mom, can you do me a solid? Can you get on camera and say that this money is your retirement money so that the feds don't ask me how I all of a sudden have $1 million for my own defense? That was not Jen's mom retirement money. Come on now. It's the same exact scheme. The fraudsters, like they have their money hidden. And when they get caught, they cry broke. And that's what Tom is doing right now. It's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. All right, you guys, stick around, my beautiful candy canes. I want to take your candy cane questions and comments. But for everybody watching on the replay, put it down below. Are you like me and you're just like, we see through you, Tom? We see through you, Erika. Like, you're not smart. We already know that, like, again, with my candy cane community, we don't believe in coincidence. We believe in conspiracy. I don't think it's a coincidence that you had these high-powered, super expensive lawyers on retainer and on the payroll literally up until about 12 hours ago. Where was that money coming from there? We're not stupid. But put it down below. I want to know what you guys think. But for everybody watching on the replay, you know what to do. Go ahead and watch this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss it when we go live. Also, be sure to share this with a friend because a kiki is always better with community. And check out our description box down below. Join our newsletter. You get a free self-love guide. Check out our podcast, our courses, our books, our movies, and more. And with that, you guys, I'm going to take some of your candy cane question and comments. And happy Saturday night. Woo! Juanita says, evening. Hey, sweetheart. Hey, beautiful. She says, what I meant to say was,